Hi, everybody. So I am so excited today to have Brian Marsh with us. So just to give you, I know the flyer said both Adam and Brian would be here, but we got to talking and I wanted more out of them. So we are going to actually get two calls out of them. This one will be a training call with Brian. And then next week, and I'll put the flyer up right after this call, Adam's going to do an actual event for us that you can invite your prospects to. So this is really exciting. We get two for the price of one. So with that, I'm just going to quickly introduce Brian. Brian Marsh is the father of four young children and husband to Fiona. Prior to Juice Plus, Brian worked full-time in the digital marketing company he started close to 20 years ago. Since starting his Juice Plus business in February of 2016, Brian has had very quick success, hitting the pinnacle position of National Marketing Director within 8 months and the prestigious 100 Club level within 13 months. Brian is passionate about empowering moms and dads to start an online business so they can prioritize their own family's vision over their employers. So with that, I'm just going to hand it over to you, Brian. Teach us your way.
Thanks so much. What's up, Team Shining Star? Hope you guys are well. It is an honor to be on here because Mitra Ray has given us so much of her time in the past, even indirectly through her website, which is our number one resource over here for product information in Australia. So just so you know, Mitra, that website is used all the time for us. So more content for it, please. Keep adding to it. So it is an honor to be on here. We got to hang out with Mitra when we were just in the US in Seattle, and we loved every minute of it. But she's asked Adam and I to get on here and maybe just share some of the stuff that's going on in Australia. And spending time in North America, I definitely think that we're doing things a little bit differently over here to what's, I suppose, been happening in North America of recent, and which we're excited to share with people. We just got back from a trip in Canada where we ran a training session over there, and it was, people were just blown away, I think, with just some of the stuff that we're doing over here compared to what's over there. But a little bit about my story. So I've been in the business just over 2 years now. It was my wife's idea to get involved in Juice Plus. It was not my idea. I was the skeptical husband that didn't think they would ever join network marketing. So even on the way over to Adam and Kira's house, who are our upline, this was all Fiona's idea. And but it was in the meeting where Adam inspired me as to what this could be for our family. And at that point, I made a decision to get going. Prior to joining Juice Plus, I'd been in business for about 20 years. I still have my traditional businesses that are on the side. I only work an hour or two in those a week now. This is my full-time gig, same with my wife. But I spent 20 years in those businesses around IT. So building software for different industries, building software for different companies. We fell into the tourism industry and got to work with brands like Versace and had our designs and marketing kind of ticked off by Donatella and her little design crew herself, which was definitely pretty cool, but difficult work also, because at the end of the day, those companies didn't care anything about us. And we never really saw the impact we were having on people's lives. But network marketing in Juice Plus, we see what the product does with health, and then we see what the business does around lifestyle. And that has just kind of, we found our purpose now. And like Mitra said, our real purpose is around helping mums and dads and giving them choices to do mum care and dad care instead of daycare. Prior to starting those businesses, my passion was basketball, and I was employed as a basketball coach from an early age, and then I fell into marketing. So I've always been passionate about coaching. I've always been passionate about team sport, and I definitely think that that has helped me create some success in this business because it's not about me. It's about the team, and it's about putting other people first. And to me, at the end of the day, my role in this business is always to develop leaders. That's really my number one role, is to be their cheerleader and develop leaders, because it's when they step into leadership and when they grow as leaders, I see their business growing. And the cool thing about network marketing and the cool thing about this business is that really you can only go through those levels as you're developing as a leader. You can get to a certain point, but if your growth slows down, there's a leadership challenge there that you have to deal with. And I absolutely love that, because I just look at different organizations and different teams, and, you know, it's quite obvious when people kind of get into that challenged moment, there is a challenge there around leadership that they need to step into and deal with. So I've absolutely loved network marketing. It's been an amazing ride. We did have very quick success, which is cool. My wife and I do it full time. The reason why we started is because my wife, 4 small children, didn't want to go back to work because she kind of lost her identity, I suppose, in just being that stay-at-home mum, and was looking for something different. And we reached out to Adam and Kira. They were friends of ours. We knew them for 8 or 9 years prior to Juice Plus, and we knew some of the struggles they were having in traditional business. But we saw a lifestyle that they created in Juice Plus, and we were really curious about that. And I'll talk a little bit about that later on. But that curiosity got to us and got to Fiona, and they moved into a new house, and they were kind of showing us the lifestyle that they were creating in this business through social media. And we were curious, and we went around to their house, and we had a bunch of those questions answered. And that's kind of where we're at right now. Quite quickly, we fell in love with not just the product, and the product has changed our health, but also the business. And I've loved business models. That's been me for the last 20 years, studying business models, building software for different business models. And I just think network marketing is an amazing business model that we've absolutely fallen in love with. Quite quickly, it was, from day one, or in the first month or two, it was shared with us, and it didn't really make much sense that there are 3 elements to success in this business. And what I'm going to go through over the next 20, 30 minutes is a call that I actually do with new people when they start to. Okay, so there might be some things here that you haven't heard, some things that you have heard. If you're hearing it again, there's a reason why you're hearing it again, probably because, you haven't implemented it, or, it hasn't really dropped into your spirit yet. But I use what I'm about to go through now when I'm starting people off in this business. Okay, we either do it in a group or we do it one-on-one, but we definitely do call it our kind of starting strong. But over the last year or two, it's kind of all just made sense to me. And when I first started, it was said to me that there were 3 elements to success in this business. And the first is desire. Knowing why you're in this business, knowing what success looks like to you in this business is super important for a number of reasons. But chapter 1 of desire is looking after yourself. So if I'm speaking to someone new, or if I'm speaking to someone in the business that's been in your business for a while but hasn't created that success yet, I love to hear from them why they're in the business. I want to hear from them, what does success look like to them? And it's like there's a Tony Robbins coach, Scott Harris, is actually in Juice Plus now. He shares the stage with Tony Robbins, and he looks after Date with Destiny and Business Mastery. He's like one of the number one facilitators for Tony Robbins. And he has the analogy of you being on a plane. There's a reason why the air hostesses say, put the mask on yourself first before other people. Because you've got to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. So chapter 1 of desire is, what does success look like to you in this business? What are you hoping to achieve in the first 6 months or 9 months? And to me, it's a dollar figure. Okay, to me, it's a dollar figure because there's some pain in your life that you are trying to get away from. That's the biggest motivators, right? Is to where you avoid pain or gain pleasure. But it's the pain that's the biggest motivator. So why are you in this business? And I would love this to be interactive. I actually can't see the chat, Mitra, so I don't know if...
You know what? I think people can unmute themselves. I don't see it either because I don't normally use this line for the calls. I'm not sure why, but people can unmute themselves to answer the question.
Well, even if they write it down, I don't know if people on the call, but like for you, if you can take pen and paper right now, and write down, what does success look like to you in this business? So the title around this is desire. Okay, where do you want to be in 12 months? When you look back in 12 months and you've had the success in the business, what is it? What is the dollar figure that needs to be ending up in your bank account over the next 12 months on a monthly or weekly basis for you to be, for this business to be a success? So if you just spend like 30 seconds and write that down, because the next question is why you're in this business. And they're two different things. One is the dollars is going to keep you in the business. The dollars is going to give you that, you're going to be able to tick it off as, you know, chapter one is looking after yourself. But chapter two is about helping other people. Chapter two is knowing the pain that you're in as to the reason why you're in this business. Now, if I think about my journey, the reason why I'm in this business in the beginning was my wife didn't want to go back to work. She was anxious about getting the phone call at 6 a.m. to say, she was a teacher, primary school, special needs teacher. And in Australia, when you do casual work or relief work, you get a phone call at 6 a.m. in the morning to say you're working today. So the pain for her was that she didn't want to go back to work. She wanted to work at home. She wanted to spend more time with her children. That was the pain that she was in. Okay, so we knew what success looked like. It was $1,000 a week. Okay, that was the initial success in the business. But the pain was she didn't want to go back to work. You may be a stay-at-home mum, okay? So you need a dollar figure landing in your bank account to stay home with children, okay? You may be like me. I'm in my 40s now, so retirement is very important to me. So the pain I'm in and what I'm planning for is my retirement. Once you know the pain that you're trying to avoid, to me, this business becomes very, very simple. Talk to the same people in the same pain that you're in. I am not a PT. I do not go and talk to personal trainers and try to get them to join my business. My story was that my wife didn't want to go back to work. The low-lying fruit, the connection that I could have was people in the same pain that I was in. I love marketing. I can't be everything to everyone. I can be something and a lot to one type of person. And that's who we, in the beginning, not targeting aggressively, but that's who we focused on. Mums that didn't want to go back to work when they had children. And I can tell you everything there is to know about that because I did my research when I went, you know what, these are the people, that persona of person that I can relate to who will join our team. 95% of people in our team are mums, ladies, mums. Because people buy from people they like, know, and trust. And if you think about your life, who are the people that like, know, and trust you? Obviously, it's your warm market because there's connection there. I've got a connection with my warm market. Usually, you have similar values and you're similar with your warm market. But for me, the marketing of this business was who could I talk to? Who could I connect to? And then I spoke to those people. And when I spoke to those people, I spoke with enough belief and certainty that they believed me that I had a solution to their problem. What was their problem? The pain. The pain you're in is the problem of who you're talking to. You want to plan for retirement, or you want to bring your husband home from working away. Whatever that pain is, they're the people that you talk to about this business because you have connection with them. And it comes back to the desire. Remember, people buy from people they like, know, and trust. People buy our why. People buy our vision. If someone's joining your team, they are not buying Juice Plus. They are buying you. They are buying the solution that you have to their problem. So within 2 days of us joining Juice Plus, the first people we spoke to were our friends that were in the same pain that we were in. Jody Smith just walked the stage as NMD at the last conference in the US. But she was the first person we spoke to because we knew she didn't want to go back to work when her children went to school because her husband was a plumber. Their business wasn't amazing. I knew the pain they were in. So we actually leveraged Adam and Kira's story then because I didn't have a story of my own. So I used my upline story to say, you know what, this is what they've done. This is where we're going. Would you like to come with us? I had a vision to what this would be. And I knew with all certainty that we would create the success that we're creating in this business. Because I love the whole talk about if one person can do it, the next person can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And so when I'm sharing this business opportunity with people and talking about the amazing
God, by the
product,
way, this Australia chat is really good. He's breaking it down.
if I lost my train of thought now, but that I share with enough conviction that if one person can do this, when I joined this business and I saw Adam and Kira, they had done it. If I knew that one person could do it, if they could do it, I could do it. So that was my desire. So that's the first element of success. You've got to know what success looks like to you in this business, and you've got to know the pain you're in. Be upfront, be honest about the pain. Don't hide it. Don't be all proud. We're all in the same pain. Talk to people in the same pain you're in. Number 2 is consistency. And I like to bring the consistency around what I think are the high-paying activities in this business. These are the activities that will pay you every day of the week in this business. And I put a title over the top of it of being consistent. You need to be consistent around these high-paying activities because I've had people, and I'm sure you all have had people, that said no to you in the beginning, okay? Said no to you at some stage. For me, it's a no for now. And I know it is because people that said no to me in the beginning are saying yes to me now because they sat back and watched me. But I had to be consistent in my high-paying activities, all right? I had to be consistent in the high-paying activities because if I'm not consistent, people are watching me and then they see that I've stopped or I'm hesitating or I don't have enough belief that this business or this product is going to change my life and other people's lives. So the first high-paying activity is we live our life through social media posting. And I'll talk a little bit about the context of social media posting under the next element of success. But the first high-paying activity is we live our life through social media. We have an amazing tool to reach hundreds, if not thousands of people with the click of a button, with a post, okay? Never has anyone had that opportunity before, but we use it to our advantage, okay? The second is conversations, starting conversations with people. That's the proactive part. You might put up social media posts and people don't reach out to you. That's amazing. People are watching you, but the conversations is your proactive part of this business. Is actually building relationships, adding value to people's lives. The goal around that is to build friendships. The goal around that is not to prospect. The goal around that is to build friendships because people buy from people they like, know, and trust. And who likes, knows, and trusts you? Your friends, your warm market. The goal is to build friendships. You can do that in groups. You can do it on the street. You can do it at the coffee shop. You can do it with your past people that you went to school with. You can do it with college mates. You can do it everywhere. There's a fair bit of training around how to do that, okay? The third is following up. When you've done your social media posting, when you've started conversations, when you've been the trailer and not the movie, when you've shared an event with them, when you've given them a link to look at something, your goal is to be the trailer, not the movie, to be the messenger, not the message. When you've done that, the third high-paying activity is following up. Like Jeff Roberti says, the fortune is in the follow-up. Add value to people's lives. There are ways to follow up without you having to say, did you watch the presentation? Okay, there are ways to do it. The follow-up process, Simon Chan is an amazing coach for network marketing, and he has amazing scripts around following up. following up in a way that you're actually adding value to people's lives and you're asking for a referral. So for example, hey Mitra, May was the best month we've had in our new online business, whatever you want to call it, a new thing that we're up to. We actually added 5 new people to our team. Did you know anyone else that's looking to stay at home and maybe make a part-time income around their children? I can use that follow-up process for the next 20 years with Mitra because I've never asked her to join my team. What have I done? I've shared how excited I am, how things are changing my life, other people's lives. 5 new people joined the team. I could share about amazing shred results. I could share about customers that have just joined. And all I've done now is asked if Mitra knows anyone else that is looking to stay at home with their kids or make some part-time income around their studies or whatever. Mitra can't get upset with me because I've never hassled her about joining the business now. But what I've done is I've asked for a referral. But at the same time, I've shared a win with her. I've shared how cool things are. I've shared how lives are being changed. And what's Mitra thinking? You know what? My life sucks at the moment. Maybe I need to look at that again. Okay, that follow-up process works, but I'm adding value. I'm excited about where I'm going, what I'm doing. The 4th high-paying activity is getting to conference and getting on trainings. I haven't, I've only been in the business a couple of years, but I haven't seen anyone create success without being on trainings every week and without going to conference. It just doesn't happen. It's an injection into belief, okay? It's around being close to the campfire, coming home, hearing verbiage from other people, hearing about how other people have created success in the business. You need that because then you go out into the cold world, come back to the campfire, get warm, then go back out. You need to be on it weekly and regularly. And the 5th is loving on your customers. Now, this should be a big thing in North America because a lot of people join the business to get the product cheaper, and then fall in love with the product and fall in love with the business and then start building a big business. In Australia, our franchise fee is $165. So not as many people join and buy a franchise to get the product cheaper. But if you think about it, Juice Plus only works if they take it. So you as distributors need to be providing customer care, creating raving fans, especially in the first 30 to 60 days. You need to change their muscle memory, their habits. They need to create a new habit because they probably haven't been taking anything before they started taking Juice Plus. And the thing is, if they don't take Juice Plus, it doesn't work. And what happens in 4 months? They cancel their order, which means you as a distributor are always having to find new customers. And I'm a lazy guy. Okay, I don't want to have to find new customers all the time. I just want to keep adding new customers on a baseline because my customers are always there, right? We all know it's harder to find a new customer than it is to keep a customer or maintain a relationship. I love building sustainable businesses. It's only sustainable if you keep your customers. You do that through customer care. You do that through loving on your customers. Okay, so that second element of success was consistency around those high-paying activities. They're the activities that pay you in this business. I never said go and spend 3 weeks researching what all of the fruits and vegetables do in the capsule. It doesn't pay you in this business. You've got groups and FAQs where you can go and answer or find the question when you need to. Okay? Your first few weeks when you're starting someone strong in this business, they are excited about the possibilities of this business. You want them talking to people. We don't want to bog them down with too much information. My goal in this business is always to have people be able to find their first team or customers within 48 hours. How does that happen when they're getting bogged down with doing all this research? No, smile, have fun, talk to people about where you're going, your vision, the pain that you're in. Share your story. Share what you're excited about. That creates excitement. People buy us. People buy our why. People buy where we're going. And you're able to then duplicate quickly because you're sharing your story. The third element of success is being teachable. And this is the hardest thing for some people. Because some people come into this business thinking they've had some past success, or they've done sales training, or they've done something outside of network marketing or outside of this business, and they think They know what it takes to be successful in this business. But network marketing is a different game, right? So being teachable is very, very important. Adam and Kira, when my wife and I joined this business, they said, we'll see if he's teachable, because I've had some success and I've done other stuff in business before. But I saw, and I was told very quickly by a coach outside of Juice Plus, he said to me, people that create success in networking treat it as a business. They treat it as a business. I was buying a franchise. The reason why I was always attracted to a franchise is because there's systems in place. Someone has gone before you. They've created success. They've documented the success, and we learn from their success. That doesn't happen outside of the franchise model. You can hire a business coach. They've got no skin in the game, okay? If it works or it doesn't work, they're still getting paid their hourly rate, their fee. But in our business, okay, the franchise model, they only get paid if it works. So obviously they're teaching you what works, okay? It was a franchise model that I was attracted to. And the teaching part is around our system. Our system includes everything I've just spoken about, but our system, I love drawing funnels, okay? And to me, this is how our system works. Let me make sure that you can see it. To me, this is our funnel, and this is our system, okay? At the top, our job is to create curiosity. We have traffic. Could be online traffic, could be people that you're speaking to, okay? But my job at the top of this funnel is to create curiosity. And we do it through our first two high-paying activities. We do it through posting, and we do it through conversations. That's the first step of the funnel. This is where all the opportunity is. My goal is to create curiosity and decrease resistance. I don't have Juice Plus on, we don't teach people to have Juice Plus on our Facebook page, okay? Why wouldn't we do that? Does that increase curiosity or decrease curiosity? If I have Juice Plus on my Facebook page, it's actually increased resistance, because what happens is people go and Google it. This is a relationship business. They go and Google it. They end up on some website that's telling lies about our amazing product, and we've just lost them as an opportunity, okay? My goal here is to be the trailer, not the movie. We all watch movies, right? Be the trailer, be the first 30 seconds, be a 30-second snippet of what we do. Create curiosity. Always have people asking more questions, wanting to know more, because when they ask questions, I've got permission to share with them. Okay, we want them asking questions. We want them create. We want to increase curiosity and decrease resistance. Okay, once people have questions as what we're doing, we send them. What we do in our business is we send them a recorded event. So what Adam's going to do next week is what we record in our teams. We have hundreds of them, and we use that there to explain the product and the business. Okay, so some of it'll be a business opportunity event that talks for 10 minutes about the product, and then talks about some objections, and then talks about how we get paid in this business and how you run this business. It answers a lot of the questions. So we have an event. That's the second part of the funnel. Okay, we send them an event. We send them a movie. Okay, remember, we're the trailer, not this is the movie. We never explain to people what we do. We can't. Okay, we can't explain to people about what we do. The power in the event, and you'll see it with Adam, is that facts tell, stories sell. We have stories on the event, and that's who people can relate to. It's the stories, okay? We want them getting off that event, okay, being emotional, because remember, buying is an emotional decision. We want them thinking, if she can do it, I can do it. There's actually three things the prospect is thinking about when he'll do the event. The first is, will Juice Plus meet my desire? So we talk about how we get paid, okay? And we talk about the money that you can make in the business. So we should tick that off. That event should handle their objection or their question around how much money they can make in the business. Is it going to help me stay at home with my children? Whatever that is, okay? The second objection is this prospect is thinking in their head, are people there to help me? Are you actually going to be there to help me? We know in our business that we only get paid, okay, if they create some success. So it's in my best interest to be there for them. And we explain that in the event, okay? I'm there for them at every step of the way. My goal is to empower you to become a leader, okay? But my goal at the end of the day is to give you your independence in this business. And then the third thing that the prospect is thinking is, can I do this? Can I actually do this business? And we explain to them, okay, actually it's normally in a follow-up call, how the actual business runs. And I'll go through that in a second. So after they've watched the event, we put them in a three-way. We follow up to see what they loved about it. Some great verbiage around that is if you've sent the event and it's been a day or two later, is that you go back to and say, Mitra, I'm so sorry. We've been so busy in our new business. We just haven't had a chance to get back in contact with you. Is now a good time to talk, or is this evening better? I'm not asking them to talk. I'm not asking them if they want to chat. I'm giving them two options. It's not a yes or no question. Okay, it's a, hey, are we talking now or are we talking later, to answer any questions about what you've just seen? Most people will reply, and when they reply, if they haven't watched the event, they're going to apologize and then say, look, I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to watch it. And you can go back and say, that's cool, okay? I know life's busy, we're all busy. Should I give you a call tomorrow? So we're trying to commit, we're trying to get commitment out of when they're watching the event. When you set up that call, it is very, very important that you have someone else on that call with you, okay? Someone else that's usually been in the business longer. It may be your mentor. It may be a couple of people up. It may have to be a sideline person. Remember what the prospect is thinking when they've seen the event. They're thinking, is there other people? Are you going to be there for me to help me? I've just introduced them into a three-way and I've had my mentor or somebody else on the call. There's actually two people there now to help me. I've just ticked off that objection. Is someone there to help me? Is someone going to be there for me? Okay. The thing is with this, following that system, is you are training your new friends, your prospects, your people that are joining your team from your first social media post, from your first conversation. If they join your team, they're going to follow exactly what you've done. If you're not using the three-way, putting people in that group huddle, that three-way chat, they're not going to do it, which means they're not going to be teachable, which means they're not going to follow the system, because you are teaching your prospect from day one how to run this business. When I'm on that three-way call with people, okay, so if Mitra has introduced Daniel to me, okay, I'm asking Daniel his desire. What is he hoping this could be for him? Okay, what does success look like to him in this business? I'm asking him questions. I want him dreaming, okay? The way Adam got me in our three-way at his house was that he asked us what success looks like to us. What are we hoping this Juice Plus business could be for us? And initially, it was $1,000 a week. But he said to me, what if it could be more? What if it could replace your income in your other business? So he got me dreaming about the possibilities of it. Okay? So my reply to that was, okay, well, $20,000 to $30,000 a month in 2 to 3 years. Okay, but he got me. He got the vision out of me what this could be for me. We did that much quicker in the time frame, but it was because that first question about what it could be for me. Okay, and he knew that $1,000 a week wasn't enough to get me focused on this business, but $20,000 a month, okay, replacing or supplementing our other business income was enough to get me. Okay, what are you hoping this could be? Now the thing is, if Mitra's introduced me to Daniel, okay, I'm going to make a point in the call of asking Daniel how he got to this 3-way call. So if Daniel reached out to Dr. Mitra because she did a social media post, or if Daniel reached out, or if Dr. Mitra reached out to Daniel, okay, I'm going to point out how our system works with Daniel on the 3-way call. So Daniel, how did you get to this call? How did we get to this meeting? Oh, Mitra put up a social media post. I saw that something new's going on in her life. I reached out to her. She copied and pasted a link or an event for me to look at. Okay. And then she set up a 3-way. Wow. Pretty simple business model, right? Yes. I've now handled the other objection. Daniel's thinking to himself, can I do this business? Hold on a sec. All Mitra did was put up a social media post, copy and paste a link into Messenger, and then put Daniel in front of a mentor, someone else. I've already answered Daniel's question in his head about, can I do this business? And that's the simplicity of this business. Okay? That's when you can start duplicating within 48 hours. That's when you can start talking to people straight away, inspiring them as to what it can be for them. Okay? Because there's no complexity there. Okay? Social media posting or starting conversations, sending an event, there's lots of other tools that you can use. If it's not an event, it might be a 5-minute video of testimonials, it might be product information, whatever that is, okay? We don't explain it to them. We use an event and then we set them up in the 3-way. And that's the simplicity of our business. That's the simplicity of the funnel, all right? It's a sales funnel. We want to get them through here to here. They join the team. They're doing the same thing. We repeat the process for the next person. We repeat the process for the next person. So then after that, if someone's new, I just go through some mantras when starting someone. Okay. And the one I love, the one I got from Katie Ravey, who went crazy in Europe, and a lot of the event that you're going to see next week, you've probably seen it before, but it definitely came out of the UK, and maybe we've made some changes to it, is that she had a motto, is the more you know, the slower you go. The more you know, the slower you go. You are an amazing team. You have a great resource with Dr. Mitra. She's got all this content on her FAQ website. Go and look for it when you have questions. This doesn't require you to have a PhD. This doesn't require you to study anything to follow the system. Okay? So the more you know, the slower you go. I want you talking to people and I want you doing social media posts. You will learn everything you need to as you grow and as you go in this business. At every level, you're going to learn something new, which is pretty cool. The other one, which comes out of GoPro, is that if Daniel's just joined, I'm sorry, I'm not picking on you, Daniel, but you're just on my screen. I can see you there. Is that if I'm starting Daniel off in this process, okay, and I think it's a very good reminder for everyone in the business, is that any success that Daniel creates in this business is absolutely his success. It has got nothing to do with me. Okay? Nothing to do with me. All right? On the flip side of that is any failure that Daniel has, he has to own also. Okay? Because we've all got the same products, right? You've got a couple of different ones. You've got a couple of different ones to us here in Australia. Okay? But we've all got the same products. We've all got the same compensation plan. The only difference here, has Daniel been teachable? Has he shown the 3 elements of success? All right. This, he has thumbs up, but that's the difference here. Okay. That's the difference. It's just him and I. Am I going to show the three elements of success around desire, around consistency, around being teachable? Okay. Because my goal with Daniel, and this is what I share, and it's with all of our team, is that I want to develop Daniel into a leader. Okay. The biggest gift I can give Daniel is his independence at some stage. I'm here to love on Daniel at every step of the way. I'm here to be here for him at every step of the way. But at some stage, okay, he will be an independent leader. Now that could take 6 weeks. That could take 6 years. There's no time frame on it. Okay. But I'm here for him at every step of the way. But I didn't get into this business to have staff, and neither did you, Daniel. Okay? Because staff in traditional business look to the owner for the vision, for the success. All right? They just look up. I don't want that. I'm underneath my people and I'm developing them. I want them out. I want them independent. I want them as independent leaders. Right? So I didn't want staff. You don't want staff. We've all got an independent virtual franchise. We've all got our own vision. We've all got our own pain. That's what we're working towards. We just have an amazing franchise and an amazing system that we get to work with. The other thing, and this is kind of how we wrap up a call like that, start strong, but we have amazing events. So if you haven't seen it, Adam, and maybe I can jump on and help him with it, but there will be an event next week, okay? We do those events online. We probably have 20. In my smaller team, we'll have 20 a week that run. Okay, all of our leaders run their own events. Some of them are live, some of them are at coffee shops, some of them are at restaurants, some of them are wherever. So the event will talk about the product. The event will talk about the misconceptions in network marketing. Is it a pyramid scheme? All those things. And it'll talk about how we get paid. But the most powerful part of the event is stories. I give my people an opportunity to launch their business in that event. So if Daniel just got started, I would be, hey, Daniel, do you want us to help us to find your first few customers and team? Daniel's going to go, yes. Well, if you think about it, if you just opened a coffee shop or a restaurant, you would have a launch party. Okay? You would invite your friends and family to come and check out what you're doing. I'll give you the invite scripts, okay? But you would invite people to come and check it out. Now, if Alexandria was a friend of his or a family member, he's just going to come and check out what he's up to. Even if he doesn't like Italian food, he's going to come and support him. And that's our goal, is to be able to, in a non-threatening way, get your friends and family to come and check out what you're doing on an event, because most people don't ask their friends and family, okay, how their health is going. When was the last time you spoke to your friends and family about their health? Okay, most people don't, especially if you're new into this business. Okay, they haven't done it, or how their lifestyle or how their wealth is going. But what happens is when they come to the event, they're going to hear about stories around health. They're going to hear around stories around lifestyle, and they're going to start asking themselves questions, okay, about their health and how their lifestyle and that's going. And usually that person, if it's Daniel, has just launched. He only shares for a minute, and it's back to the pain. I asked him a question. What pain were you in before Juice Plus? So if it's the business, and what excites you about your future now? So Daniel now gets to share about that. Okay, well, he might not have had any success yet. He might not have had his success, but he can get to talk about what he's excited about. Now his friends and family get to see what he's excited about. And that there, you then, in a non-threatening way, get to tell people what you're up to. Okay.
Stop it. You stop it.
Jenny, you're off. Yeah, awesome. So that there, okay, so 9 times out of 10, if you're being teachable, okay, you will do that. And it's only for a minute. And yes, it's scary, but you're going to feel amazing after it. Okay. And our goal is that you invite 20 people to the event, and you'll have 2 or 3 other people that are launching on the same night. We have 100 people on the event, and it's done weekly, multiple times a week. Now we've got all these people seeing what we're up to, all these new people, new friends, new family that we get to talk about. So when Adam runs the event next week, okay, the goal for you guys should be for the leaders to take that event and continue on with it. When we went to Canada, when we've got some team in Calgary that haven't been doing live events. So we said to them, we ran a live event. We did what Adam's going to do next week. We did that at a coffee shop. We told them we would be back there in August if they can keep the live event going. If they don't keep it going, we're not coming back. So that Adam and I would go to Whistler. We're at a retreat with Dr. Mitra Ray. We'll fly to Calgary to be there for their event if they keep it going. That's how important a live event, or that's how important an online event is. You've got to keep the momentum. Think about one of the reasons why people stay in this business. It's the community. And people, right? People miss that in the corporate world. They don't have the community. They don't have the social aspect of an event that you're about to see. If you do that in a coffee shop or a mum's group or a restaurant, it becomes social, right? The community grows. Sumitra, hopefully that was okay.
That was fantastic. I don't know if anybody has any questions. The chat thing is not working, but you can raise your hand if you have a question. I wanted to, let's see, I had some notes here and I wanted to ask, you were going to talk about your approach to social media. I don't know if just creating curiosity is enough, but was there anything else you wanted to say about social media? Like how to target certain audiences on social media?
Yeah, I do. My journey is a little bit different because when we started, I had a skill set around creating a brand, brands. And there was a brand that was kind of happening, which was the Mummies on a Mission or Mums on a Mission, or, it's all over the place. But I actually took that brand and aggressively marketed it in Australia, trademarked it, created brands, and went for it. And so the story was, I used Kira's story, my wife's story, other people's story, and the concept is the same, okay? So however you do this, in your social media posting or stuff that we did in a different way, was that we told a story, which was pain and how life is now. Pain was that my wife had lost her identity as a mother, or Kira's story was that they were broken, struggling, and then 6 months on or whatever, they'd created some money in this business or a lifestyle or grew. So I told that story on Facebook, okay? And it attracted people to it. So all of our social media posts, the idea is around curiosity. We don't ever, gummy posts around the captions are fine, okay? But it creates curiosity. The idea is always to have people asking us what we're up to, not I'm doing Juice Plus and come join my team or my business. This doesn't work, okay? Because they just go and Google it and see it's a pyramid scheme or whatever, and you've got no way of handling that objection, okay? So the social media posts, I would just follow people and look at what they're doing on social media and just modify it for your own purposes. Don't copy and paste, but we have a few weeks, and they're old posts, the first 14 days of social media posting when people start. Okay, so I can send them to you, Mitra. They're old. Lots of teams have different ones, but it's really just to have a guide of this is what we did. Maybe you can change it into your own words and then use that. The other thing is that in that meeting, that first getting started meeting, is that I always say, if Daniel just started, is I want you to send me your first social media post and we'll work on it together. You do it, I'll modify it, or I'll give you some coaching around it. And when you post it, I do not want you to reply to anyone until we talk, okay? Because I want to set him up for success really quickly. So I'm doing it with him, okay? And I only have to do that a few times, and then he's got the verbiage of what to use, okay?
Right.
So,
and then just as far as, your growth to 100 Club, how many frontline clubs, like I try to teach people, build your own frontline 12 club. How many frontline club levels?
When I was at 100 Club, there was 13 qualified people on our front line.
Yeah.
And I had no one bigger than 12 Club. So a lot of people get to 100 Club, but they have someone at 75 Club or somewhere. We don't have that. It was still really wide. Focus was wide. We brought on Fiona's business a year into it, so obviously we're growing that. So
First, you built your frontline 12 club.
yes.
And I can't stress that enough. I mean, people always try to, put their husband or wife in as the second position. And I think it defocuses people until you have your frontline with myself. I think you got to I really am in agreement with you there. You see, Beth Joy has her hand raised. What was your question, Beth Joy? If you want to unmute yourself. And I see you, Sarah. Beth Joy had her hand first. You got to unmute yourself.
Oh boy.
You're there.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, okay. So on the social media, I mean, are you going to be able to maybe? Oh, when you said to look at some other people's posts, like other people that are posting from because I'm kind of confused about the social media post in terms of, I love the idea of increasing curiosity but decreasing resistance. That makes perfect sense to me. But I think I need a little bit more help in exactly what that looks like.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just send you some example posts that have worked pretty well for us and what we give people, and then you can just share it with people. But it's not rocket science. Once you see it, you're going to go, that's so simple. Yeah. Okay. The idea is the consistency. It's the consistency. Like it used to be 3 social media posts a day. We kind of only do 1 or 2 now. The Facebook algorithms have changed so much that I think 1 or 2 is all you need to do, but do it consistently. And the trick with consistency, and we've just been teaching on it in our team, is that no one actually trains on consistency. And we're not born with that consistency skill set. But the thing is, when you first start this business, or if you've been in the business for a while, one of the common things is we hear we're just overwhelmed. Okay. Well, what I want you to do is I want you to break up in your calendar 3 10-minute slots. 3 10-minute slots. That's all you need. 30 minutes a day to run this business. Or if you've got 45 minutes, awesome. But I have got adult ADD, so I'm all over the place. It's very hard for me to concentrate for more than 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. Block out 10 minutes and do your prospecting. Go into groups and become friends with people, but do it in 10-minute slots. Then go and play with the kids. Be present in other areas, but just do it. Batch your process together. Focus, be efficient, get it done, move on. Turn off Facebook, turn off notifications, put your phone away, be focused. You don't need hours to do this business, but you need focused, consistent time every day. Best trick is that Simon Chen talks about, get your Google Calendar, set the time out, put it in there. It's a non-negotiable, get the business done. Okay. Yeah. Consistency is really important.
Absolutely. I don't think you can succeed in our business without consistency, though. Thanks for driving that home. I needed that third-party validation there. All right, Sarah, your turn.
Well, I think, thank you so much for this call, first of all. Amazing. Love it. Cannot wait for next week. And just hearing you say that, I think that is pretty much answering the same question. It's like, I guess my question to you is, and I'm going to guess that what you guys are doing is incredibly effective, being that I think Mitra said you hit 100 club in 18 months. So obviously you have a very effective system. It's just very matter of fact, move through and just do it. I know in the past and even currently, we're still working with people who just, bring on reps, but then there's no duplication that happens. So it's a kind of a 2-part question. My question is, do you still have that, or do you have that happening within your organization? Are there still people out there that, you follow this system, but they just still don't, maybe it's the lack of self-confidence, the self-worth, whatever, they're still not doing it? Or would you say that the majority rules and that what you're doing, the majority of people latch onto and they duplicate?
Good question. No, not everyone does it. Not everyone has those 3 elements of success, but it'll be one of those things that they're missing. It'll be they're not being teachable, or they don't have desire, or they're not being consistent. It always comes back to that. And as a leader, it's those people with those 3 elements of success that I'll work with. Okay. So if they don't have desire, if there's no pain, if they don't know where they want to go, if they don't have a why or a stake in the ground, and this is the big thing for some people, is because if you've been, like, we have coaching calls where people like, help, it's not working for me, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes it's about going back and getting their why. Okay. Getting the stake in the ground and Linda Evening talks about it a lot. Go back, get your stake in the ground, work out why you're doing this business. Because if you really are in pain, okay, if you really are in pain, you'll do anything to get out of that pain. It's like, you know, if you need to find a cure to something, or your child's going to die in the next 3 months, or you need to raise $10,000 in the next 2 months because your child's going to die, you're going to raise $100,000 in those 10 days or whatever the time frame is, because there's pain, right? So the duplication is that people are not following the system, haven't owned the pain. They don't have those 3 elements of success. They're not being teachable. They're trying to do it themselves. Like for me, like we had like people come into our business, especially PTs and that, and they'll come in and they'll think that they are an expert and they set themselves up as an expert. Okay. And it's all about them answering questions and doing things, but that's not duplicatable. Okay. I can't be an expert and I don't want to be an expert, because if you are, and this is the important part about the 3-way, another important part about the 3-way is that if you've just joined the business, Sarah, and you have introduced Jennifer to it, if you are answering all of Jennifer's questions by yourself, Jennifer is thinking, I don't have time to be Sarah. I don't have time to do all this research. So that objection before about, can I do this business? She's like, no, I cannot do this business because I've got 4 kids that I'm trying to raise. Things are crazy. My husband's working away, so I can't do the business. So I'm out. Okay. But now if you've got me on that call, so Jennifer, I've been in the business longer, so I've learned some more things than you have because I've had some more time than you have. It's okay now. Okay, you've raised me up. You've edified me as the expert instead of it being you. So for people to non-duplicate, they're not following the system. They're not being teachable. They don't have desire. They're not being consistent. They're the 3 things. You've got to just work out which one it is around that.
That's clear to me. Thank you so much, because now you can go back, for those of you who are struggling with that, and go back and figure out which one of those 3 it is, and then it makes it really easy. And I think that's the missing link that I was missing. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're very welcome.
And just to kind of bring that home, in order to get those 13 frontline qualifiers, how many people do you think you signed up?
Yeah, we grew really quickly. So we 100 club in 13 months. We only had 18 or 19 on our front line.
Okay.
That's how it was, just go, momentum. We're back to like, we hover between 10 and 11 now. But like you said before, we're focused on building that second franchise now. Now, if I did that too early, and if I only got to 6 club on my front line, I would be in trouble now, because I'd be back to 3 or 4 because we're so focused on building Fiona's business. So I love that. You know, it's between 10 and 12 is what we kind of like. I think that's a fairly strong business, but I've only been in the business 2 years too.
I guess for us, and we didn't have so many systems in place back when we started, we had to sign up, you know, probably like 30, 40 people in order to get our frontline 12 club. So I didn't even have time to figure out, what are the 3 elements that are missing? I just went with the people that had something going. They were hungry. So one of the biggest messages I'm hearing is go after people who have a hunger of some sort. They can identify their hunger. What is their pain? What is their hunger? That's very, very important, I think.
Just with those numbers, it's 1 in 5 do something. I've realized these days. You know, if I look at our business now, and Adam trains on it a fair bit recently, is at 1 in 5. You know, how many people do I need to talk to get one person to join? You know, it's all those numbers. So, but it is a numbers game. Yeah.
Great. And Samantha, we're almost running out. Well, actually, we're on the hour. Samantha, do you have a quick question? If you can unmute yourself, I see.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I was just going to ask this really quick. What happens if you don't have like an after story? Like if you are working a corporate job and your goal is to leave your corporate job, how do you speak to those people when you haven't done that yourself and get them to follow you?
Yeah, it's awesome. But you've already created success because you've joined the business. So it depends what success looks like to you. Your goal is to excite them about where you're going. Okay, I had no success in the beginning, but people said yes to me because I was going somewhere. People want to follow people and buy people and join their team that are going somewhere. So your goal is to not convince, but show them that you are going somewhere. So you know what? Life sucks. I'm in pain. I'm in a dead-end corporate job that really sucks, but hey, I'm excited about where I'm going now. Okay, I'm excited about the next 3 months or 6 months. And some of the way that we do that is that when you learn things, you're excited about what you've learned. You know, get off this call and go to people now and say, you know what, 2018 is going to be an amazing job. I just got off a call. We talked about social media. Hey, do you know anyone else that's looking to make $300 to $500 around their current job? You know what I mean? Share excitement about where you're going, because people follow people that are going somewhere. So Samantha, you've already got success, okay? Have you ever been to a coffee shop on somebody else's recommendation? You ever been to a restaurant? It's the same thing, right? You're being recommended something by someone, and that's the same thing when you share Juice Plus. That's the same thing about where you're going, right? People will buy your conviction. People will buy your why, your certainty about where you're going. And people don't want to get left behind. Some people do, but you don't want them in your business anyway. Okay, so share where you're going.
Samantha, I just want to share a quick story about Larry Barnes, who's now a 100 clubber under Doug. And Doug followed up with him when it was 6 in the morning in Calgary, in Banff, or Canmore, anyway. And Larry's impression about getting a call at 6 in the morning wasn't that he was annoyed, but he was like, Doug must be up to something if he's calling me at 6 in the morning. So that's what makes Larry a great prospect in the business, is that he had the right interpretation of Doug's. Like, Doug didn't have any success stories. He was brand new in the business, but he's like, I'm up to something. I'm calling you at 6 in the morning. So, you know, don't with the right people, it's your enthusiasm, his enthusiasm at 6 in the morning is what got Larry's attention. So
I met Larry in Banff. Cool.
So anyway, Brian, go ahead.
One second. Can I add to that, Samantha? Yeah. Samantha, you can leverage other people's stories. You're being mentored by a 6-figure earner. You're being mentored by someone that created success in the business. Share other people's stories. When I didn't have a story in the beginning, I shared Kira's story. I shared Adam's story. And we got teams as a result of that. Use my story. Use Mitra's. It doesn't matter what whose story it is. You're being mentored by these people. Are they being mentored by someone that's created an online business that's earning multiple 6 figures? No, they're not. You are. And you get to share that excitement with people.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I want to be respectful of your time, but this was really awesome. Thank you.
Brian, thank you so much for your time. That was just like really well put together. Great training. I can see you got your system down just by the way you're training it. It's awesome. And we're just so grateful for that. And then next week, Adam's actually going to do an event. I'm going to put the flyer up now. So start inviting people and use that third-party invitation. Like, I just want you to check out this event in case you might know somebody who's looking for an online business opportunity. And one of the things we really need to do in the United States, which Doug and I did in the beginning, is really present the business opportunity. We're so into the Shred and Juice Plus. We just don't create events talking about the money and the opportunity, which is next to none. I mean, I've seen a lot of network marketing opportunities. People have tried to recruit us into different things. We've seen a lot, and what we have is just so fantastic. We need to share that more with people. So thank you for that reminder, which you didn't, say it out loud, but that's what I'm really getting from this. So thank you.
I share the money we're earning in our events. I share it, like it's at the end, how you get paid, what we've done, because it's inspiring, right? Like people, if I can do it, someone else can do it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you for coaching, okay, after all these years. I feel like if I say I'm a 7-figure income earner, people can't relate to that, and that's my fear, is that people are going to just go, that's unrealistic. I'm not doing that. So,
That depends who you share that with. For me, that inspires me. If someone in business, that inspires them. You get to work from home around your children and earn 7 figures. There isn't too many people in the world that get to do that. So it depends. I probably wouldn't share multiple 6 figures with a stay-at-home mum. But someone looking to earn $500 to $1,000, that's in their grasp of reality. That's what I would share with them. So it depends on the story we're telling.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Let's give a big. You can unmute yourselves, and I'll unmute and just say
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.